So friends, it has been quite some time. Now this topic today you have already seen. Annichhan api Vimuchyati. This is a great statement by Shankara. Even if you do not want, you are free, liberated, eternally free. Even if you don't want it. Shows very clearly, friends. There are conditions in this universe which are beyond us, including today's global war situation. All possibilities are beyond human dreams, capacity or incapacity. You have no choice. You can't escape to be mortal. You cannot also escape to be immortal. The same spot where you are sitting down, you yourself can name yourself as a small, tiny individual, standing or seated in 2-3 square foot of land. At the same time, the same little piece of land is an part of the macrocosmic universe. We do not create our little standing space, sitting space, nor you create the vast cosmic expansion. Except a human being, nothing or nobody has been given a choice. Neither those have the capacity to recognize there is something called limited and limitless, something called ephemeral and eternal, something called separable and inseparable. No other animals, nothing in this universe except human being has this sense of helpless limitation, mortality, and the cravings for immortality, absolute fulfillment, all knowledge. And only human beings can crave for it, search for it, feel frustrated about it, whereas universe looks on. Please see that. That today, in the present situation of the globe, empires fight. Think of it. The ground shall remain grounded. There may be flow of blood, ruins piled up on the ground, but the ground shall remain ground. Thousands of hypersonic missiles and planes can collide in space, but space shall remain space. And long before missiles collide high up in the sky, tanks meet on the surface, the ships drown in the body of the ocean. Please understand, friends, it has happened in a human mind. Not in all human minds. One mind is good enough. Just one mind is good enough. Call it an emperor, which is historically stupid now, there is no emperors these days. Call it a president, call it a prime minister, call it a leader of a religious group. One person must go crazy. And that one person, think of it, friends, gathers his strength, borrows his strength from the mass of humanity. Today's political leader is a representation of majority or minority. It doesn't matter. Your individual ego can only destroy you. Think of it. Your individual ego, ahankar, can destroy you. And that itself should be a huge revelation for you. Do not worry about creation. Do not worry about the Creator. Do not worry about anything, because nobody or nothing wants you to be worried about it. That includes your own physical body. Your body has no sense of being born, growing, metamorphosing, decaying and dying. It's the conditions of the body which you have not created. The sense of mortality doesn't belong to the body. The physical body or its expansion, the physical universe, has no sense of birth, death, mystery, or cravings for redemption. That is why our celebrated statements in the Upanishads, what do they say? Dhyayativa samudra, dhyayativa parvataha, dhyayativa prithvi. The whole earth is as though in meditation, the mountains in meditation, the space in meditation, and you can expand it. The universe is in meditation. Everything always in meditation. That includes your tiny little body. That includes all your organs, sense organs, organs of action, your perception, your impression, all your memories. Everything is always in meditation. And this, all that I described, beginning from the external-most physical body, universe, to innermost thoughts, everything is sustained in that pure awareness, the consciousness, the knowing power. Call it Janati iti Gya. Kshetram Janati iti Kshetragya. As beautifully Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. All the kshetras, what is that kshetra? Idam sariram kaunteya, kshetram iti abhidhiyate. Etadiyo vittitam prahu, kshetragyam iti tadvidah. This is not individual centric, this is universal. The whole universe, if it is a kshetra, jada, jadatmika, that by which it is known, individually or collectively. If you don't accept collectivity, forget it. Collectivity will not feel insulted or humiliated or unwanted, neglected. You start with your own tiny little body. Body doesn't have the capacity to know. As I told you, started with the beginning itself. All possibilities are here, not made by us, the human beings. We only choose to use it, abuse it, misuse it, to destroy it, or to revel in it. only individual. And the same individual, there is both the possibilities, redemption as well as absolute damnation. As they say, mano eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. When you say mind is the cause of the bondage and liberation, it's a vague word. Mind. Who is that mind? I. Ahankara. As Bhagavan says so beautifully, Bhumirapo nado vayu kham mano buddhirevacha. Bhumi, apa, anada by 5 things, mano buddhi, 7. Ahankara iti emme. Ahankara. The thought, which owns up everything. Aham karomi iti buddhi. I do. Except ahankar. No thought have a sense of I am thinking, I am a thought. All thoughts and memories have no sense of individuality. Not only our 5 elemental body, Panchamahabhuta Sarira has no sense of I. Cosmic, cosmologically, the entire space, air, fire, water, earth, none of them have a sense of I. So when you say ahankar, you say I thought. Owns up everything, and therefore drags every limitation of everything onto himself. And this I, in individual, has got a small perimeter, your body, as though it begins with your body and ends with your body. After the body, it is universe. Something else is not me. And now, all the petroleum, gas things of the world is bombarded around. As we are sitting down here, God only knows what is happening in the Middle East. Far away in distant stars and galaxies, that is beyond our ken. We don't have to think about it. Because just because my body at this moment, at this stage, within this 1/2 kilometer or 100 feet, nothing is happening. It doesn't matter to me what happens in the whole universe. The I feels very comfortable. Physical body has no sense of comfort or discomfort. Deho na janati. Body does not know. Only body. Understand, friends. Even your sense organs. Eyes see, eyes do not know. Ears hear, they do not know. Tongue tastes, the tongue doesn't know. Nose smells, doesn't know. Skin touches. None of the sense organs have knowing capacity. Functional, seeing, perceptually, listening, touching, tasting, seeing, smelling. And all the organs of action, Vak, Pani, Pada, Pai, Upastha, have the capacity to speak. Hands lift, legs walk, swim, climb. Pai, Upastha, excrete, procreate. That's not your capacity. None of these things have the knowing faculty. So Kshetra is same all over the universe. Kshetrajna is same all over the universe. Kshetrajnam mamapi vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Aham kshetrajna. That in whose presence your individual body, mind, thoughts are known, or the totality you can be conscious of. Mam vidhi, understand myself. In all the universe, whole universe. And what are they? This bhinna prakriti ashtadha, these 8 prakritis, Five elements, mano, buddhi, ahankara. Aparayam. Yam apara prakriti. Sanskrit, this language, the books, do not create any concept, do not create the creation. The language describes it. Understand what is described. Do not hold on to description. Then you shall be a Pandit. Informed person, bharasya vahanatu chandanasya. You shall carry the load of sandalwood like a donkey. With the biggest nose never enjoys the fragrance of the sandalwood. Will you like to be like that? Aparayam, it is 8 apara prakriti, 8 things. Itastu anyam, the language is out of this universe. Itastu anyam, other than these 5 elements, mano, buddhi, ahankara. Whatever is there, he doesn't say what is that. Whatever is left out. When you say the akasha, say the vayu, agni, apava, prithvi, the entire cosmic elements, including our tiny little body or anything tiny, they don't stand mutually separated. They are one absolute existence. We have named it Prithvi. We have named it ocean. We have named everything. Everything and everyone is fundamentally, basically, nameless. Born nameless. Your own physical body. What was its name when it was born? Boy, girl, names of any kinds. How many languages? They are all created. What is foundational is nameless. Nameless expanse. And every little something is inseparable. As in the moment you say the word ocean, it touches every drop. No drop can stand apart. The moment you say Brahmanda, universe, not even a dust particle can stand apart. When you touch the dust, you are touching the universe. And who is touching? Universe touching the universe. By naming yourself as a body for your convenience and usage, you may name it a body. But its original name is Brahmanda, universe. That is why when we see this beauty in our scriptures, our Upanishads are out of the universe. Virat Rupa. When you say Virat, Brahmanda Vyapta Dehaya. It's not one body, the same consciousness. If it is one physical body, you have seen it in Tattvabodha classes, not because of Tattvabodha you are who you are. Because you are who you are, the book talks about it. So at no time, for God's sake, for your sake, for the truth's sake, do not hold on to a word, or a name, or a book as more important than you. Yes. And this whole totality, think of it, friends, before the individual is born. Because before a tiny drop is created, totality is always there. And what do you call it the totality? Call it infinity, call it Ashima. borderless, akhanda, indivisible. Any word you can use. You cannot stand apart from it. With me, the universe did not begin. With the body going, universe will not come to an end. So simultaneously, understand friends, simultaneously, at once, even before you wish to wish, inseparability, absolute inclusiveness is already existing. No guru can give it, no book can establish it, no God can take it away. That Shankara has that language in Bhagavad Gita where he says, Vinasham abhayasyasya nakaschit kartum arhati. Hey Arjuna, asya vinasa abhayasya vinasa. This imperishable, the truth that you are, para prakriti. That aparayam itastwanyam. Other than this eight, whatever is there, he has left to us human beings to appreciate. You can't give such instruction to cat, crow, trees, even a child, or an adult, old man who is finished. To a conscious individual. That is how you begin, the beginningless beginning. That is the Paraprakriti, already existing. So the possibilities of immortality and mortality are inherent in the universe. We begin with a sense of mortality. That is because that is how the child begins. You cannot be born, you are not born into the universe. You know, you are born in my mother's womb. Falling from the mother's womb, I fall down on this ground here. Then, just see that. From the tiny drop to the ocean, infinite possibilities. From a momentless moment to timeless eternity, everything is already always there. Just close your eyes, see, friends. My words, descriptions do not create anything. It shares the existent vision, awareness, name it whatever you like. Nothing is existing because we named it. There are billions and trillions of things in this universe we have not named. How many stars and galaxies? Unnamed, infinite expanse. Few things we have named it, and how successfully we have destroyed ourselves. Start with your own body. People are, everybody being ignorant, taking himself to the body. This physical body itself we have divided. My toes, my calf muscle, my knee, my thighs, my stomach, my chest, my head, sense organs. But different parts of this body. Think of it, friends. And see the delusion there. If I say touch your hand, you shall touch your hand. Touch your nose, you will touch your nose. Touch your forehead, you will touch your forehead. If I say please touch your body, by habit we lift your hand from the forehead to chest or somewhere, as though the forehead or the hand, wherever your hand was, is different from the body. When you say the name body, the entire body is talked about. For our comfortable division, communication, what is your pain? If you say body, nobody will understand. Either you show where the word touch that part of the body, or you name it. Stomach is aching, leg is paining. But the stomach and leg do not stand separate from the body. That is how we have been destroyed. Named we have, not you and me, humanity from its early childhood. Or if you think somebody has named it for us, it doesn't matter. By naming it, nothing has been created. Parents do not name the children and then they produce the children. Rama, Hari, Krishna, Lakshmi, Sita, Parvati, then start producing a baby. No. First it is existing. Then you give it a name. Because of a name, things do not exist. I don't exist because I say the word I. I do not exist because I think the word I. Whether it is a gross letter, word outside, or a subtle thought. I inside. What it stands for is not created because of its name. Because of the word body, this body was not created. Because of this word I, yes, my existence did not begin. Because there is an object, therefore there is a name, or because there is a name, there is an object. No name produces anything except confusion if you lose sight of the reality. That is why information, knowledge, books, mere words do not create wisdom. They veil the wisdom. That is why that famous sentence in the Vedic parlor, Bibhyati alpamedhat vedaha samam pratarishyati. Vedas, it is the wise man, somebody somewhere written, not that the Veda too. That I'm afraid of the people of lesser intellect, alpamedhat. Why? Samam pratarishyati. He shall cheat me, meaning my vision is absolute. He shall make you condemn to a word, descriptions. It's like losing the identity to a name and the body is forgotten. Fighting in the name of a God or different varieties of faith and forgetting the reality which is nameless. Who creates these friends? Only human beings. Only human beings. And in today's world, Ishvara, this morning I was listening to something, somebody had sent it. It is absolutely devastating. Situations, understand friends, our individual situation is very limited. It's frightening because if you take yourself to be what you have, the physical body, all that you know, the kshetra that is known, if you take yourself to be the kshetra and forget the kshetra jnana, simple words. Whatever you say, idam sariram. Idam means anything idam is a sariram. Anything subject to objectification is a sarira. Why? Anything subject to objectification, drushyam nasyam. Anything seen shall be finished. That is why shariram, shiryate, shiryamana svabhava, continuously disintegrating. So whatever you see, whatever you are aware of, whatever is objectified, that's not the truth. Tadeva brahmatvam vidhina idam yadidam iti upasate. What powerful statement. Understand that reality to be yourself, who you are, and none of these things, not only you are accepting, identifying, but doing upasana on that. Nikrishta vastuni utkrishta vastu arupa, upasana. But that utkrishta vastu you get condemned to. I'm a meditator, upasaka, sadhak. For God's sake, be the truth. Then comparison, competition, wow. Think of it, friends. Who creates it all? The space has no fight with the air. Air has no fight with the fire. Fire has no fight with the water. Water has no fight with the earth. Stars don't collide. Space doesn't collide with anybody. As even in the physical universe, observe within. In the realm of the thoughts, in the realm of memories, which is your own personal universe, created in time. If the solid, gross, tangible objects, audible, visible, those objects make it a physical universe, the physical universe has no access to you. It cannot enter into you just like that, without the help of these sense organs. This hibiscus will not enter into me without my eyes observing it. No memories get crashed. Consciously, unconsciously, seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, you have created your memories. Not necessarily that you have to create your memories. It's like a night vision camera. You put it in the forest. Whatever passes, chick, chick, it will take away. That is how you discover the animals which you never see roaming in the daytime. So this is like that. You just keep the fellow sitting down there. Anything passes, the eyes will click it. Pictures will be created, but the pictures will be forgotten unless you name it. You have come to the ashram, you go around, there's beautiful flowers, beautiful fruits, lovely things are there. Then you come and tell Swamiji, the place is so beautiful. I say, yes, thank you. Did you see that Nagalingam flower? Nagalingam. You have passed through that tree. Did you see the Alfonso mango, Imam Pasand tree? Imam Pasand. You have experienced everything. Know nothing. And from that you can understand. Never succumb to that stupid statement they say, I have the knowledge of everything, experience of nothing. That is the most deluding statement you can ever have. Experiences begin. It's a beginningless beginning. Experiences are there long before perception takes place, long before sensation happens, long before impressions are created. For a child, think of it. Were you born to this size? The moment the child conceived in the mother's womb, in mother's womb itself the child is conscious and experiencing. We men are not mothers. We shall never know the kicking of the child in the womb. It is impacted by what mother does. Experiencing. Experiencing means what? Listen carefully this statement. It is so beautiful. Experiencing means what? Because we usually think, experience, do you have the experience? I have not seen. I am not asking about experiencing organ-specific experiences. Organ-specific experiences, for years, experiencing the sound. Skin, experiencing the touches. Eyes, experiencing the sights. Tongue, experiencing the tastes. Nose, experiencing the smell. Thoughts, experiencing the thoughts. Sense organs will help us to report the sound, touch, taste, smell, sight. You think it over, you go, you see it, instantly you can see later on. Choice is yours. Your thinking can be postponed. Your experiencing cannot be postponed. Seeing an object can be postponed, but seeing itself cannot be postponed. You listen to the Himalayas about it to convert that information to knowledge. Go to Himalayas, because you cannot see that from that distance. Because you can't see the Himalayas from that distance, that does not mean seeing doesn't continue. Seeing is continuous. You are experiencing, seeing. Listen carefully. Seeing is in experiencing, touching is an experiencing, tasting is an experiencing, listening is an experiencing, yet you are experiencing. Eye is seeing, not seeing. So seeing is an experience, but you are experiencing the experience of the seeing, you are experiencing the experience of listening, touching, tasting, walking, swimming, talking, not talking, presence of the thought, absence of the thought. In every so-called relative experience says absolute is shining forth. So don't wait for the knowledge to happen. What is this knowledge to happen? Understand. Picking up a word is not knowledge. Understand. That is why what happens in our life, when we go to, this is the vestiges of our past. This is how we carry our load of the past into the future. We go to school, college, university. Listen, friends. We go to the school, college, university. What do? We study geography. In the 7th standard, 10th standard, you appear the examination. You are the first class first, because you answer every question correct. What is Arctic Circle? What is Australian outback? What is Kyrgyz civilization, or what is African countries and continents? You give right answers for everything. 100 out of 100, gold medalist. You have not crossed your own village. We call that knowledge. But having picked up the information, then of course everybody laughs at you because you are talking about every places. You have never gone anywhere. So what do? To convert those informations to knowledge, you travel the world. You read about ancient civilizations. Then you go to places to see the remnants of those civilizations. Converting. And exactly same thing we do in self-knowledge, Atma Vidya. Same model you use. First I must pick up the information, then I shall go to meditate, experience. Nothing can be more confusing, confounding, and what shall I say? It's like blind leading the blind. In case of Atma Vidya, please understand, in this objective knowledge, you begin with information, perception, sensation, memories. Memories are not knowledge. That is why it can be forgotten unless you have named it. And that is why sometimes you knew geography, now you are ignorant. You got 100 out of 100 in your 7th standard. When you are 30 years, every information is forgotten because that's of no use. The first class first gold medalist will be 0 marking, but still he carries a PhD title for himself. This is the sad saga of the objective knowledge. In case of the Atma Jnana, listen carefully. You are given the knowledge as you are experiencing it. Listen, please. To a child, how do you teach him? To a child who has not gone to school. It is so beautiful, friends. To a child, 1-year-old, 2-year-old, how do you teach him? Whatever the child sees, he asks. Suppose you bring the child here, you leave it in this place, he shall see this color, and he will crawl towards it, grab it, sees this. Bas. You don't tell the children first these flowers and other things. How does Kannu Pagarde? This is your eyes, baby, with which you see. How do you see? He touches it. So you are thrilled. He understands. How do you listen? The ear. This is ear, Kadu. So a child is growing. As he is experiencing it, you are naming it. See that principle. As he is experiencing, what is this? You have not named it flower yet. You can see with your eyes. How do you see? You will touch the eyes. How do you hear? You will touch this. How do you eat? You will touch the mouth. With what do you eat? Hand. You are introducing him to these physical body parts. You are not creating it. And it's not that first you tell him about the hand, then introduce hand. No, friends. Unfortunately, we stop there. When I see the object, the thought takes place. Did anybody tell us about our thoughts? Did anybody tell us about our thoughts? It's like giving us the thought. Nobody teaches us thinking, and that is why we are confused in life. Giving thought is one thing, teaching how to use the thought is another. The objects are of the world outside, thoughts are in your memory world. And how does the child become curious? You have told him seeing. The child, listen please. You see, I show the child. Then 2-year-old now, 3-year-old. First time he's showing the flower. What happens? He sees the flower, true to the perception, impression takes place, the flower. And the child asks in kya hai? What is this? He is articulating, he is telling what is this. But where from the question begin? The object has become a thought inside, and thought he is conscious of. He doesn't know that he is conscious of the thought. But there he is asking. When he says, what is this? He is not asking the object of thought. He is asking, what is this thought of the object? Long before he is introduced to the object of thought, first he is aware of the thought of the object. Are you getting that point? See it. Look at your experiences. That is why it is not Shruti Yukti Anubhava. Anubhava, Yukti, Shruti. Experiences. Ordinary world, listen, then something, Anubhava you have to wait for. In Atma Jnana, it begins with your Anubhava. This is the thought. Inade is asking, what is this thought in myself? Then you say, this is hibiscus. When you name the flower, the thought is named, and I shall say, I know. What shall he say? He'll say, I know the flower. He'll not say, I think the flower. The flower is a thought, but it doesn't say, I think the flower. Later on we shall say, I know. Why? Because the knowing is being conscious. Thinking is a thought appearing, disappearing. Seeing is a physical experience. Touching is a physical experience. Long before even the child starts knowing, learning, 3 or 4 or 5-year-old, the day the child is born, in the mother's womb also it was knowing. Knowing means being conscious. Unfortunately, knowing means what has happened is, you have seen the object, experienced it, but still you say don't know it because it has not been named. So only when it is named, we think it is knowing. That is a relative knowledge and ignorance. So if the thought is there, name is associated with it, you say you know. That is relative knowledge and ignorance. And the relative knowledge can never be infinity. Because always your perception will be limited, therefore knowledge of the world will be limited. But only when you see about yourself who you are, which is the truth in every thought, every perception, every sensation, every experience, then only you shall see Brahmaivahamidam jagatcha sagalam chinmatra vistaritam. Consciousness here, there, everywhere. But that consciousness is a knowing principle. You don't know it. Vijñātāramare kena vijaniyāt. Even if you have not named it, it's a nameless experience. Understand that. Memories shall be forgotten. Therefore, what you know, no more you know. Your children will ask, Mommy, can you teach me mathematics? Baby, I have forgotten it all. Can you tell me about social study? Baby, I have forgotten it all. But do you remember that you have forgotten? Yes, I know. What? I have forgotten. The knowing is never forgotten. What you know are forgotten. See the beauty of it. So everything in this life, if you observe this creation, all possibilities are inherent. No human being can take a credit that we have created something. No. and remembering something and vomiting it, or just writing down something, doesn't make us wise. However much you may write it down, sir, it will be less than what the universe is. That is why that celebrated verse I shall stop it today. If you have to describe this whole descript creation, can you ever describe it? Asitagiri samam syat kajjalam sindhu patre surataru varasakha lekhani patramurvi likhati adigruhitva sharada sarvakalam tadapi tava gunanam ishaparam nayati. Describing the infinite dimension of the existence. Call it Ishvara, call it Bhagavan, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti sabdyate. Some people call it Brahma, some people call it Paramatma, some people call it Bhagavan, some people call it X, Y, Z. Anything you say, 1000 Sahasranamam, make it Sahasranamam. None of these words will describe anything. Your word is not the thing. And even if suppose somebody wants to write the whole universe, about the whole universe, what shall they say? Asitagiri samam syat kajjalam sindhu patre. In the oceanic pot, there is this black ink carilium, you have got the Sindhu Patra, Asitagiri, Himalayan dimension, ink. Asitagiri samam syat kajjalam sindhu patre. Himalayan dimension of ink in the ocean pot. Surataru varasakha lekhani. The pen is the biggest branch of the biggest tree. Everything macro. And who is writing? Lekhati yadigruhitva Sharada. The goddess of learning herself goes on writing. How long? Sarvagalam. All times to come. O Lord, tadapi, still then, tava gunanam ishaparam nayati. Not even an iota is described over the creation. Why? If you have to talk about the creation, listen carefully. This moment, for us this moment, when in this moment, simultaneously, the infinite universe has gone through changes. Who shall write it? Are you getting that point? Who shall write it? Who can? And after all the description, few words we pick up and we think no end of ourselves. And as you've been friends, if we appreciate this, as you've been sitting down here, I told this, Annichhan Vimuchyati, that even if you don't want, you are liberated, free. Why? There are many things, sir. Even if you don't want to be part of the universe, you are an inseparable part of the universe. You don't make your body, you don't expand your body to the size of the universe. Universe reaches you before you even think of the universe. Before you even think of immortality, immortality has reached us. Why? What is there something immortal? It should never be dead in any time, any place, in any condition. Especially, space-wise, it should be present everywhere. Time-wise, it must be present in every moment. Object-wise, it can be through everything. So if you understand that much, immortality means which is available all times, all places, in all conditions. There is anything, can it escape the touch of immortality? Long before you even dream of it, it has reached you. You cannot escape immortality. Only by one thing you can escape is ignorance. Not knowing or holding onto the words and descriptions. It's not a matter of analysis, information or absence of it. In every condition, you are who you are. Today, this should be understood by every individual. You know why, friends? In my whole body, There are trillions of cells. Every cell should be healthy. One cell goes cancerous, my body dies. In 8 billion people of humanity, every person should be aware of himself. If it is not, one Hitler did it, now one fellow will do it, one person. Because what do you call it, the religious leader or the political leader is a national representation. It is a representation of the maximum number of people. Think of, friends, in your mind there are many different thoughts are there. Good things, amanitvam, adambitvam, ahisha, kshanti, arjavam, acharya, upasanam, saucha, all that stuff, 20. Opposite also is there in your head. Manitvam, dambhitvam, himsa, revenge, everything is there. Whom are you voting? The person who is kind doesn't mean cruelty doesn't exist in his head. Be little sensible and understand. The person who is cruel, that does not mean kindness doesn't exist in him. The person's identity. In the world, same thing. Every emotions are there. In your own personal life, as when you destroy yourself by overemphasizing either on the kindness or in the cruelty, the religious leader who is representing a humanity, maybe 100,000, million, 5 million, 10, 30 million, they gather enormous power. And inside them also, all this kindness is there, cruelty is there. Their cruelty will be macrocosmic. That is why a despot. I was reading the life of this Khanemi, you know, that man who died now, Iranian president, they killed him. Read his life. Began with nothing, with his 10, 12 children sleeping in 20 square feet of land. Father was very, very sort of renunciate, very, morat as they say in Tamil, die-hard conservationist, very conservative. Not conservationist, very conservative. From that he came to own $200 billion power. Whatever he says, that is the rule. Why am I not isolating him, friends? A Hitler, a political despot, a religious fanatic, both are same type. They control, they destroy. And all the possibilities are in us. So one individual can go bonkers, the whole world can be destroyed. Like in your family, all the 10 people are fine, very good. One fellow becomes drug addict, whole family is brought down. Hundreds of people help with the plane to take off. One fellow goes crazy, the plane is finished. That example is like one cell in your body goes cancerous, kills everybody. That is why, friends, one thing we must understand in life is I, ahankar. None of them have a sense of I. In physical body, in your own body, the same I functions. But what happens? The I want to eat. There is another I, as though, I want my leg to be nice. I want to live. I want to live. The same I taking so many different roles. I want to alive. I don't want to die. But the I says, no, I want to eat, takes over and goes on eating. You become stomach specific, your whole body is dead. Drug specific, your whole body is dead. One weakness specific, your body dies. You kill yourself, you kill everybody. Understand, friends, the drama, universal drama unfolds in you, depending on what power you occupy in life. That many people you shall destroy or bless. Just like this example, I shall stop it because it's already time. Think of it. This is a bullet. I throw at it. You catch it, you throw at me, I catch it. So ping pong, I throw, you throw, I throw, you throw. But I threw the bullet at you, and you suddenly bring away a gun from your hand, from your pocket, and put the bullet there. Shall I stand there? No. Because it's delivered through a very powerful machine. Everybody has anger, ahankar, jealousy. Everybody has got, everybody has got kindness, love, compassion. It's not person specific. It is true for every person, everybody has that trait. But if your ahankar is become very powerful, you are angry in your village, you are in your small house, even your husband doesn't care, your wife doesn't care, he has to let him do. You ignore the fellow, he has become the governor of the state, president of a country. President wills, the whole country has to follow. So one leader goes crazy, you shall be helplessly dragged, however religious, devoted, supremely sensitive, kind you may be, you shall be, the tsunami will sweep you away. Not everybody wants battle, but billions will be dead. Thank you, friends. Just close your eyes for a minute. See that all the possibilities are in us. We choose. Shall I be conscious of things, or shall I take myself with things that I am conscious of? Shall I be who I am, as everybody is, or shall I take what I have to be who I am? If you take what all you have to be who you are, the limitations of everything that you have will haunt you, overpower you. If you are who you are, the blessing that you are, infinity, immortal, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, Anandam, every aspect of your life will be touched by that blessings of infinite kind. Choice is yours. Thank you, friends. See you next Sunday. Thank you.